first one.
Okay.
This one. We should do this one.
If there are any announcements to be made, please feel free to come up and say hello. My name is Joe, and I'd be more than happy to make them for you. In the meantime, feel free to continue your stroll through the park, and welcome to Art in the Park's third annual extravaganza.
My name is Mary Hart, and I'm the nominal head of the Winchester Artists Network, and I'm here on the Winchester Town Common at our great summer event, which is called Art in the Park, which is part of Art in August. The Winchester Artists Network is a group of Winchester artists, people who live and work in Winchester, who have made an association of artists who like to get together and do some community activities, which would involve the town in the work of artists. In part, it's to introduce artists to what the town has to offer and to introduce the town to what artists have to offer. We started about 3.5 years ago when there was a need for an arts group in town because the Winchester Art Association had closed down. And there are many new people in town looking for some sort of art outlet. So one of the solutions that we came up with was to join with the Downtown Business Association and to create an event that would take place during the month of August in the town of Winchester. And we would be able to show our work in the store windows as well as to have an event in the park which would involve children and families and anyone who is interested in art. So that's what I'm surrounded by today. And there's a variety of activities going on. We have children's activities, which I hope you'll take a look at. We have adult artists here painting and demonstrating their work, and we also have lots of fun going on. So Judy Nicholson, who is one of the artists who's participating, will be your tour guide as you go around today and see what's going on in the park.
I'm Judy Nicholson. I'm an artist and teacher in Winchester, and I'm also a mother. And I'm participating in this wonderful Art in the Park program today. And I'd like to bring you around to the different stations where we have children's events going on. And we have 15 different high school volunteers that are helping out for community service. And our first station is this lovely Paint in the Park. And we'll move along and we'll meet the girls. Well, we're here at the Paint in the Park station where a lot of children can come, and there's no fees for this. They have paints and brushes and canvases, and then they take them to easels and do a painting of their choice. And manning these stations for community service, we have a lot of high school volunteers. And we have a few of them here, which I'll let you say hello to. We have Kate and Maria, and they'll tell you a little bit about what they're doing this morning.
We're allowing the little kids to take canvas boards and paint on them with acrylics and watercolors, and they're having a good time. Yep, that's about it.
The girls have run out of boards and the crowd is piling up, so we're going to let them go collect some more canvas boards. This is a very popular station. What's behind me here is some of the young artists of Winchester that have taken their canvas boards from the Paint in the Park station, and they are using many different mediums to create some really nice artwork. And we have acrylic paints, we have watercolor paints, so as you can see behind me, they're really very much engrossed in easel painting and just oblivious to all the activity other than their little canvas in front of them. So this is the sequence really to one of the nice stations that we have for children. Kate's one of the high school volunteers we have, and it looks like she's pretty busy here with all these children. She's going to tell you how it's going. Hi, Kate.
Hi there. It's going pretty good over here. Pretty busy, but all the kids seem to be enjoying themselves and making a lot of different things out of clay with all these products that we have for them to use and to make the clay with. It's going good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're here at the last station for children, which is the free draw station, and children can come here with markers and crayons and just paint and draw and do whatever they wish. And it's manned here today by another high school volunteer, Kate Campbell, and she's going to tell us how it's going.
It's fun. The kids are all drawing, they're having fun, just drawing whatever they want with crayons or markers, and it's free.
Thanks, Katie. She said an important thing. They're having fun and it's free.
Okay, here we go. I'm a 9-banded armadillo, and I can hold myself into a ball. You can find me in the States along the Gulf of Mexico, where the people all say y'all. My habitat's expanding kind of slowly to the north, but I don't tolerate a freeze at all. I'm a 9-banded armadillo, and I can pull myself into a ball. If I'm in trouble, pull myself into a ball. I'm a 9-banded armadillo, little longer arm of feet. I can hear it crawl around, the ground, cause my hearing's extraordinary. I'm an armor-plated, four-legged mammal. I'm only 6 or 7 inches tall. I'm a 9-banded armadillo, and I can move myself into a ball. Get ready, armadillo. Armadillo. I beg your pardon. All right. You gotta do it again. I can dig like a backhoe. It drives the worms wacko, but you never want to use it for a pill. I'm a 9-banded armadillo, and I'm older than Adam and Eve. I possess a pair of claws and another pair of paws, and I can burrow like you wouldn't believe. But I'm peaceful as opposed to pugnacious. I've never been in a barroom brawl. I'm a 9-banded armadillo, and I can roll myself into a ball. Don't take me bowling, roll myself into a ball. It makes me dizzy, roll myself into a ball. I'm so well-rounded, roll myself into a ball. Are you astounded? Roll myself into a ball.
I'm Nancy Edgar, and I've been asked to say a few things about my history of my art. As far as I can think back, I believe I was about 4 years of age when I first started to paint. I drew rather well, and my mother kept my works of art, And this went on during all my young years, took art lessons in the summertime and after school, all the way through until I began to lose interest, and my parents sent me to art school so that I get the interest back, and I went to the Garland School of Art and graduated in 1949. And after that, I didn't do any art for a long time, very little interest, and all of a sudden, at the age of almost 70, I decided one morning, I looked in the mirror, that I'd better get with it. So I sat down, bought my materials, and went to work. I did 100 paintings in 1 year and sold a number of them, but it became such an obsession with me that I absolutely loved it. It took up my full time until my husband finally said, "Come on now, give me some time." So I stopped for a while, but now I've started again. I do oils, pastels, acrylics, and mostly watercolors. I do everything, including flowers and portraits.
Hi, my name is Sachiko Furui. These are my artworks, and I do many things, but these are mostly woodblock today I'm showing. And woodcut is a very long process to make. Carve the block and press, and each color need one block. So it's a long way to make one print. And I do small prints and also large prints. One is American series, which is, I named 100 View of America, and I started from Boston. And every place whenever I go, I do design and make a print. That's my life project. And I am on the way between 20 to 30 right now. And long way, 70, maybe more. I have to finish it. And when I was small, I always like making something. And I'm very much happy being here and making artwork. And today is such a nice day, making see new friends and wonderful weather. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marsha Morris, and I started painting drawing when I was 4. I went on drawing for a while, and then when I had children, I stopped for a while to raise them. I started painting again about 15 years ago. I was taking courses at the Cambridge Center of Adult Education, where I've studied with some really good painters. And I am a member of the Winchester Art Network and the Cambridge Art Association. I've been in shows, many group shows, and also solo shows, and have sold paintings to the Cambridge Senior Citizen Center and private people. I enjoy painting in acrylic, oil, and doing charcoal drawing. Painting is second nature to me. I wouldn't know what to do without it. It's just a part of my life that's integral. It's like family. I do all kinds of paintings, I seem to go from one style to another as the whim strikes. I love doing water and people and trees. I paint whatever strikes me at the time.
Hello, I'm Madeline Lord, and I cut steel with a torch. And I'm an artist, and I've been a mom, and I work and make databases, but when I have a weekend, I go to the dump and find beautiful colored steel or pots and pans or bulkheads or any shingles or sidings, and I come home and I make drawings on it because it's my new paper. I've always made art, I've always made paintings, but now I have less and less time to make art. So I've made up a way of making art very quickly. So I use a torch, and when I've made my drawing, I can cut it out with my torch, and there's my art. It's all done, and it stands up by itself if I put it on a base. And what you're looking at is art I made with other people who also love to make art. Children and their parents came and played with me and went through my garage and looked at all my samples of old refrigerators and washing machines and siding and roofing, and we played and made dogs and flamingos and frogs and rabbits and ducks, and with pots and pans for feet, or little winky eye switches were light switches, or a refrigerator door is a beautiful woman over there. And sort of art can be anything if it's your drawing and your idea, and I think In my case, when I have no time, I ended up inventing a way of making art that's new and different and quick. And I hope you enjoy looking at it. Hello, my name is Mary Hart, and I'm a lettering artist. I've been a student of calligraphy since I was required to take calligraphy as an elective when I was in school for graphic design in the 70s. Since that time, I've been working as a calligraphic artist, working with words and letters in a variety of ways. What I have on the table here is examples of my work. I've always wanted to be an artist. When I was a very young girl of 6 or 7, I decided that was going to be my career. In the interval, I went through a few other permutations of being an art teacher and being a graphic designer, but the long and the short of it is I've been an artist my whole life. I've been doing calligraphy for 29 years. I think that having an art pursuit is a very worthwhile pastime. It's a good way to make a living. It keeps you alive and interested, and I bring art into every facet of my life. I work as a teacher. I also work as a graphic designer and illustrator. And I'm very happy to participate in anything that brings art to the public, particularly in our town. And I love to speak to children and adults about my work, and I hope that lots of people come out to the park today. And thank you for asking me.
Hi, I'm Sandy Richardson. I'm a Winchester artist and a member of the Winchester Artist Network. I've actually been interested in painting since at least high school, if not before. I started actually painting again when my children got older, and I've been taking classes from an artist in Wayland, Massachusetts for about 15 years. I work primarily in egg tempera, which is a egg emulsion mixed with acrylic, or actually any water-based paint, primarily on board. Just recently I've started doing floor cloths and some decoupage, just to add a little variety to my work. Each one of my pieces is one of a kind. The decoupage is a relatively new thing for me. I do a lot of the cutout at night while I'm watching television, since television is so boring. I try to work at least 3 days a week from my house, and really make my artwork a priority, which is not that easy to do.
My name is Terry Landon. I'm actually a resident in town. I also teach at the middle school in grade 6, 7, 8. I've been throwing pots for about 21 years. Got interested in it just walking by someplace, and I looked inside. I used to just draw all the time, and ever since then, 20 years ago, I've been making pots. I went to school for ceramics, and then I went to school for teaching, and here I am, teaching ceramics in Winchester, Massachusetts.
This is really fun. What? It's almost
Go watch Judge Judy or something.
Judge Judy's boring.
Exactly. Doesn't that look great? You know, try poke your hole in the middle right there and see if you could get, here, balance your finger really well. Here, if you support your hand right here, you don't get pushed around as easy, like with your elbow. There you go. Now get a little bit more moisture. Excellent. You done this before? No. Wow.
I have. I've been wanting to.
Well, when you get to middle school, you can come in and throw every day after school. Kids are always there throwing after school.
We're allowed to after school? Cool.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
yeah.
get into 6th grade, I'm doing that.
Yeah, it's a good time, you know. Also, we have photography after school as well.
Yeah.
I don't like the photography, the chemicals. I don't like going into the dark room. I just assume you use a computer for all that stuff now.
Okay, the most I
Dark
would
room, I can't even go in like a laundry aisle. The chemicals, I can feel them. I'm wicked sensitive like that. I can't swim in chlorine.
You can't?
Now, if I do for a little while at the pool, I just get my eyes burn. So.
Well, if you're wearing goggles.
Gonna sing my song. All day long. I said all day long. I said all day long. Oh, yeah,
Land.
Lovely job they've done.
Good job. Did you say you had a favorite song? If you're sitting on the ground with either a brother or a sister or a mom or a dad, you might want to hold hands and do this. It's going to be row, row, row your boat. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 stream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Row, row, row your boat underneath the stream. Ho, ho, I fooled you all, I'm a submarine. We had a request for Down by the Station. Down by the station, early in the morning, see the little fluffer bellies all in a row. See the station master pull a little handle, rock, rock, doot, doot, on me. Down by the station, early in the morning, see the little fluffer bellies all in a row. See the station master pull a little handle, rock, rock, doot, 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 doot. Mary had a little lamb. Mary had bad key. Hang on. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, Mary went, Mary went. Everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. It followed her to school one day, school one day, school one day. It followed her to school one day, which was against the rule. It made the children laugh and play, laugh and play, laugh and play. It made the children laugh and play to see a lamb at school.
Hello, my name is Al Falcione. I'm a landscape photographer. I've been involved in landscape photography for 30 or 40 years. It's only recently that I've turned professional and been selling my work at art fairs and galleries. I try to combine my love of mountaineering with my love of photography, and I've come up with a lot of images, especially of the White Mountains. Some of my pictures have won national awards, I'm proud to say. I've been a regular fixture at Town Day, and this is my first year for Art in August, and I'm kind of excited to be here. I meet a lot of exciting people. They get to see some of my work, and I get to sell some of it. I've been running around the mountains since I was a kid. My mother used to tell me, if you've seen one mountain, you've seen them all, but she never really understood what I was doing. I also do multimedia slide presentations of the White Mountains in Winchester, and I usually give these to outdoor organizations or any organization that happens to be interested in nice images and pretty pictures. And I really love doing it, and I love being here. And thanks for having me.
My name is John McConnell. I've lived in Winchester for 15 years, and in actual fact, I'm an architect by trade. Painting is my hobby, but I've been painting seriously for about 9 years or so, I would say. And I'm trying to paint a scene that captures both the crowd, which you don't see here yet, and the effect of sunlight coming down on these bright white tents in the midst of the dark shade of the great oak of the common here. What I'm doing now is just roughly blocking out the composition of the painting. And then I will go back later on and put in all the highlights and the people and all of the details that will hopefully bring it to life.
How you doing? Good. Yeah, first look together is just cool. Brown, no, it's a color. Okay.
tail that wonks and a mouth that chomps. I slithered through the southern swamps with a tail so long and jaws so strong. You better not go where you don't belong. I am an alligator. I think there's nothing greater. Eating what I please. Jump, jump, jump under my cypress trees. What a great swamp. I am an alligator. You'll discover now or later. Don't fool around with me. Give yourselves a big round of applause, and you may be seated.
Winchester Ballet Conservatory